Good morning, my friends. Welcome back for today's shave, which is brought to us by a new soap, Seaforth Roman Spice. I got this last week, and it showed up after I'd done my shave, and since then I've been looking at it and just dying to try it. It's a pretty full tub. What I noticed is different from usual because I've got all the Seaforth soaps. I'm a big fan of them. This is quite a bit creamier. I'd almost say this is almost a crope. It's a creamy soap, and so we're gonna today spend a little extra time getting a lather and seeing what it's like. So I was kind of like digging in here with my little gelato spoon. Got a, hate to say snurtle, but a little bit of it in here. I'm just mashing it in the bottom of my Captain's Choice bowl. And let's use a synthetic brush. This is just a gray dog synthetic. A little water in there, just bring some of the water out. Watching a friend of mine, Barber Dave's review of this, he indicated he's having a rough time breaking it. This soap takes a tremendous amount of moisture, and gosh, I have the picture-in-picture going here, but I failed to put my hands down there and so that you can see what I'm doing. But it builds a pretty good lather right away, quick. Yeah, it's kind of runny, but let's a little bit more water in there. Let's see what it does. I did a test lather Saturday because I usually shave every other day, and I said, oh, kind of break with my schedule and do this early, and mash some of this into a bowl, and just didn't get around to shaving, so then it ended up drying in the bowl, and so I did a lather with that, and it turned out pretty good, but I wanted to do it all fresh and live, so that's what we're doing now. And see, it's a good soap. This is the way I like my soaps for if I'm using a straight. I prefer them to be a little bit more runny. But that's where we're at today. It has a great fragrance to it. It says here on the notes is grapefruit, apple, spring water, jasmine, geranium, frankincense, beechwood. It's got a lot of players going on here. And having it close to my face, I can't pick any one in particular out. I can smell grapefruit. I think it's probably the first thing that hits my nose. Kind of that almost semi kind of little bit bitter fragrance. And I thought it was going to be a little bit heavier, more cologne-y, I guess, if that's a word, but it's not. It's going to be really hot today, so this would have been a good day for a citrusy soap. I think this is going to do it. This is pretty good stuff. Now, I think this is a new base from Seaforth, or the Spearhead Shaving does this. And his soaps are real nice already, so if he's made an improvement, which this is just different. I don't know if it's an improvement yet because I haven't shaved with it. But Barber Dave seems to think so. We'll see in a moment here. Just kind of breathe in the fragrance in that. It's going on real good. We're using the Henson AL13. Mine's blue. And I wish I could tell you what blade's in there, but I can't because I don't know. But it's good. Oh my. This is really slick. I watched Dave's review of this last night, and I'm trying not to let that color a lot of what I'm doing. I'll tell you, it's pretty good. You can't really go wrong with any of the Spearhead shaving or Seaforth soaps. I like all the fragrances. This is a really nice new one. I got Central Ohio Shavers had a meetup last year, and I think I got a prototype of this fragrance. Not sure though. Oh, that stuff is slick to this. I'd done this past, and then just coming right back and going against the grain. I'm not really having to do anything other than maybe put a little bit of moisture on it. Plenty slick just all by itself, just residually. But because I've got a whole bunch of the soap here in the scuttle, I'm gonna go ahead and paint it back on there. Not even putting water on in between, which I probably should do because I may be a touch dry on this. My goodness. It is pretty slick. Yeah, my goodness. I think, yeah, it's pretty good. I think, performance-wise, this is great soap. And for fragrance, I'm liking it pretty well. Wife unit likes it. This is going to be another addition to the rotation, and just keeping up with my, I hate to say I'm collecting them, but I do have all of them right now. My, that's slick. I was reading about Apple. I don't know what an Apple fragrance. I'm sure it's there, but Apple's not a real strong fragrance, and this isn't real strongly scented either. Maybe a little tough to rinse off. There we go. There's just a little bit of extra work to get off. I'm not even gonna need to do a cleanup pass, because I guess I did it there between my first and second pass. Yeah, I think you could do a lot worse at the Seaforth Roman Spice. I think definitely worth a try. Now let's get a little bit of witch hazel. Then we're gonna go out and try this in the hot. I'm gonna cut the grass today. Gonna be a few very hot days coming, and then it's gonna rain for another 5 or 6. So I figure maybe if I'll maybe I'll wait a little bit because it's not going to rain for a couple of days. So I'll wait until the day before it rains so that I can have the grass cut. Then it can grow long, and we're using the Seaforth aftershave. Got a pretty good restrictor, as most of his aftershaves do. Aftershave splash is a little bit more forward of the fragrance. Yeah, my concerns about the little bit heavier spiced stuff being more forward and kind of darkening this thing up. Not found it at all. Very nice. I think pretty safe to say this is going to be a hit. I think it's a good soap and a good fragrance. I'm glad I bought it. I heard that it was coming out. Other fellas were saying they were waiting on it. Because I don't live far from Columbus, where this is all based out of. I got it pretty quick after I ordered it, and so I got it, and I said, "Oh, I got to try that," and I'm pretty glad I did. And this was, just to remind you, it was Seaforth Roman Spice, and we rake things off with the Henson AL13, and we're just using a regular synthetic knot, and it was very satisfactory. Thank you for coming to visit. I'm Major Rich, and you'll find me at theshavingcutter.com or my webpage, safetycatstudios.com. We're going to start branching out into some other different kinds of videos here soon. Just experimenting. And first step was, trying out another camera just to see how that works. Thanks for coming by, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.